I'm still doing it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tigress Talk, the first and only Bengal show created by women. And we are having a great time today on Victory Tuesday. We're doing Victory every day this week. Victory Monday, Victory Tuesday. Every day is Victory Day after that kind of win against the Steelers. So thank you guys so much for joining me. We've got Kayla, who's over in Northern Kentucky. We've got Jerry, who's down in Florida, and Whitney, who's down in Florida. And we appreciate all of you ladies joining us. Thank you for everyone who is watching live or after the fact. I appreciate all of you. Greg's here. He says, "Who day, ladies? Awesome victory, thrashing Steelers." Yes. Whew. So excited.
My face still hurts from just smiling. I've been smiling for like the last 2.5 days.
Oh yeah,
seriously, you can't wipe it off my face. Nothing, like literally nothing is gonna bother me this week because that was the best. So, quick recap of the game. We were all, I know I was excited that Thaddeus Moss was gonna suit up, but unfortunately he had a hammy injury, I guess, before the game started, so he didn't get to play. I wonder why we weren't seeing him out there, but apparently that happened before the game, so hopefully he heals up quickly. But opening drive, Joe Burrow rushes for that touchdown, and I think I cried real tears.
It was so pretty. It was so pretty.
I was like, feels like the first time. Just remember that first touchdown he ever got was a rushing touchdown, and I was just like, God, I loved it so much. And I loved in his press conference when he was like, I mean, I think a lot of people would expect the quarterback to run out of bounds. You know, not me.
Yeah. He is not that guy.
So I was loving that opening drive. You know, it's funny because that opening drive, I feel like just set the tone. I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be a good day. So, you know, then we... Evan McPherson got that field goal. Then they got a field goal, which was like their only legitimate points scored in that entire game, I might add. But, you know, so I guess we'll give them that. But then T. Higgins had that amazing touchdown in the second quarter. That was fantastic.
Beautiful.
What a day for him.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I was sad that other touchdown got called back because I would have loved him to have 2 on the day. But, yeah, good. Joe Mixon had a great day too. So Joe Mixon had his 1-yard touchdown, and then Mike Hilton got that pick 6, and I was screaming.
Yes.
I didn't know that was his only one he's ever had, ever in his life. And like, how special against your old team that wouldn't sign you or whatever. I don't know what the whole scenario was, but I mean, whew, that was fabulous. I love a good turnover, but that was just amazing.
He said it couldn't have gotten any sweeter, and I agree. It was perfect.
And then I think they asked Joe, like, why did you think the sideline erupted? And he was like, I think you know why. I know why.
The whole stadium erupted. It was God. Loud.
Well, I was literally like standing up doing this like the entire time, which is why I have a bruise on my hand. But I was literally like standing and clapping the entire time. Like we were on defense. It was just the most amazing thing ever. So, and then
for Mike Hilton too, I feel like there's like the aspect of just really getting to stick it to your old employer that I know all of us would love to be able to do. And I was so excited for him and losing my mind. I don't know how my dog slept the entire time. Have no idea how they slept because I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Mine would have been like gone. Mine run away. Like they don't understand that I'm not yelling at them because I yell at them a lot. So they like run, but it's great. But, Brian Bowman's here. He says, "Who day, ladies, best game ever." Yes, it was, Brian. Thank you for being here. Scott Gibbs says, "Who day, Scott." So did I. Crying. Yes, I cried a lot on Sunday.
I did too.
All happy tears though. Like it's a good day when I'm only crying happy tears. So
At one point, I was laughing so hard that then I was crying.
Yeah, I was laughing too. I was getting real giddy, like at the
Oh,
end.
yeah. Once it was
Like-
Brandon Allen time, I was like having the
With
best
10
day.
minutes left.
I know.
10 minutes. And then
Mhm.
whoop-de-doo, you got a real touchdown. Like, oh, congratulations. You got a touchdown against our backups. Like,
Right.
just like,
And you could tell we kind of almost allowed it. You could almost hear
Oh.
like Lou said to the guys, like, "Hey,
like
do something out
give 'em
there, but like,
one."
don't get yourself hurt. Like, yeah, don't be a hero out there. We're fine." Like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, that touchdown didn't count.
Yeah, I mean that, and then that last touchdown that Mixon got in the end, I think just was. After that, I was like, all right, we're done here. That was with 13 minutes left, and then the next drive we saw Brandon Allen and Chris Evans. I thought Chris Evans looked pretty good in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God love him. I was so happy that whole day.
And they started playing victory music like way early. It was so fun.
Yeah, that whole stadium was having such a good time.
Yeah, it was the best.
Except for the
Wow.
yellow rag people. They were not having a good time. But Brian Bowman says, T embarrassed that dude Mossed. Yeah, I really hope they show him on You Got Mossed, because that was like textbook Mossed. Oh, they didn't show him on You Got Mossed? Oh. I demand a recount. Mike Hilton first pick six will not be forgotten. No, never. That is amazing. Mary's here. She says, "Who day, ladies? How was the atmosphere inside the stadium? I bet it was rocking." Yeah. Kayla, how was it for you? I'm really interested to know like how it was outside of my section, because my section is pretty much always like ridiculously nuts. But
our section is pretty animated generally, but it was like wild up there. It was so fun. Everyone was just screaming and standing the whole time, and I mean it's always a party way up where I'm sitting, but it was fun.
Oh,
and there wasn't a lot of Steelers fans. Like I think there was like 2 in our whole section, which was crazy.
Oh yeah.
I was just about to say, like on TV, it did not look like there was as many Steelers fans as there typically are. So I was really excited about that.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I forget who I replied to. Maybe it was Mo Egger. I don't remember. But I think this was the fewest Steelers fans I have ever seen in that stadium, because I've only been going to games regularly since 2011. So I think it was the fewest Steelers fans I've ever seen there. And in 2019, I saw a Steelers fan's actual bare bottom. And I feel that is very symbolic of how they act in our stadium. Like that really just tells you everything you need to know about when the Steelers come to town. And not only did I not see anyone's bare bottom, I really didn't see that many Steelers fans around me. Like they were kind of over like behind their bench, and there was a big section of them like up, like in the north end zone, like in the second bowl or whatever. But I was very shocked and pleasantly surprised by how few Steelers fans there were, which I think also speaks to their bandwagon-ish nature, if I may. But I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg says, "How about Eli Apple?" Yes, I said this last week, and I am going to double down on this. I will not tolerate any more Eli Apple slander. I know a lot of people have been very hard on him, and maybe some of it was justified. Maybe a lot of it was a little harsh, in my opinion. And no more. We're done speaking ill of Eli.
Yeah. If people love Eli Apple, if you're watching, you love Eli Apple, go follow his mom.
I follow his mom, Annie.
Yes, Annie Apple.
So cute.
The cutest name in history, by the way. But yeah, did you see the video where he threw her his game ball or whatever when he was getting out of the car? And she was like, I think she said that was her second game ball. It's cute. It's really sweet.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I always root for Eli because, I'm a big Buckeyes fan. So I always want our guys to do well. But he had a great day. Jason's here. He says, "Hoo day, Jason." But so where did you guys, Jerry, Whitney, did you guys go to a bar at all? Did you watch at home? What was your game day atmosphere like?
I watched it upstairs. My husband left 10 minutes before it started, as he should. Not allowed anywhere near the house anymore. And I was in my Bengals onesie and a sweatshirt, and I had like a ski cap on, or like with the little fuzzy ball thing, because I was trying to pretend like I was there with you guys. But now I feel like I'm gonna have to wear that every single game now. I was sweating so bad halfway through that game. I'm like, I can't take any of this off. It's like, because I will jinx us. So I sat there and I just sweated it out for the good of the team. So Whitney, I'm sorry if you see me in my onesie on Sunday, but
okay,
I think I have to wear it from now on. Absolutely.
Wow. You know, that's commitment, because I have that onesie. And when you said that, I was like, she can't mean that onesie. You mean the footy pajamas, zip up onesie?
Yes. And I had a sweatshirt on. And I had a sweatshirt on over it because I was freezing in the morning.
What?
But then once the adrenaline started pumping, and the hat, it was this hat right here. Like,
that's a cute hat. I like it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just making my own sauna upstairs at that point, but didn't care. I didn't care.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh.
Worth it. You got to be really careful what you dress in before games, because if it's a monster game like that, you could be locked into it for a while.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was at home too, but I was like furiously texting Jerry the whole time, because
we were texting the entire time.
I really had a moment where I'm like, am I the only one seeing this? Like, am I hallucinating? You know, did I get slipped a roofie right before the game or something by my mom? I don't know who would have slipped me a roofie, but you know, like,
right.
Yeah.
I was worried. I was honestly worried I had died and gone to heaven on the way to the game.
No, that's what we said. Whitney said, like, maybe we died. Did we die? And I was like, I've never felt more alive if we were dead right now. Like, I'm okay with this.
That's amazing.
Football heaven that day.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Optic says, hey ladies, hey chat, hey Optic, glad you're here. Thanks so much for coming. Brian says, you should use your pill to get Cincy t-shirts to make them boys quit Boyd t-shirt. Did you guys love the charade? Because I, for one, was very entertained by that whole charade of them calling the timeout and then like throwing the ball like behind the line of scrimmage, like not even stopping the clock at that point. Like, really, you're gonna call a timeout and waste my time? I'm getting cold a little bit now at this point. It's getting windy. You know, I really wasn't cold most of the game because it was only like 40 something degrees. So it wasn't awful. And I wasn't really that cold. But at that point, you know, I had my scarf on, I buttoned up my jacket, and I was like, really? You're going to call a timeout here right now? Like, are you that mad about what Tyler Boyd is going to possibly say about you? Like, really? That you're going to waste my time like this right now?
Yeah, it was pretty annoying. I was like,
why
are we dragging it out?
Oh my gosh. But, oh.
That's my mom.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
I love your mom, Whit.
She's just trying to clear her own name right now.
Thanks for watching, Pam.
She is so sweet. I love her.
Cap says, that was wild. I thought we'd win. I wasn't even stressed. No one was. We almost all expected that. You know, it's funny because Cap and I were talking on the way down, and we were not stressed at all. And I was like, I wasn't really stressed for the Cleveland game, but I was a little nervous. I always get nervous with our division rivals. I get pretty nervous for all the away games, but I was so relaxed. We both were. We were just like, you know, we're gonna win. It's no big deal. You know, we beat them. I mean, I feel like if you can beat them in Pittsburgh, I feel like you could beat them anywhere, because not only is that field terrible, you know, everything is terrible there. So I was so impressed with that win, and then to come out and do what we did to them, you know, basically in 3 quarters of football. You know, like, and I think I said last week, when we go into the half winning, I always feel really good,
right? Yeah.
About it, because it's like, you know, we always come out at the half and do big things if we're down, you know, and if we're winning, it's just that much easier to get things going in the second half. So I was pretty obsessed with the whole situation.
Well, it's like what you said when that first Burrow touchdown happened. I was on such a high, but I never came down because it never stopped being good. Like, it set the tone for the game, but it didn't stop rolling the whole time. It was incredible. On defense, too. Defense was insane.
Yeah, when Joe threw that interception, I wasn't even, like, super worried. I felt calm, like, the whole game after that first touchdown.
You know what's funny? It's like after last week's fumble, and then we came back in such a big way and won that game, pretty handily, I think. I kind of come to expect like, okay, there's going to be one, maybe one, hopefully not. Hopefully we get to a point where there's not, but I feel like, we can have one and it's fine. He took a bad sack that was probably his fault. I think Mike Sands had a really good explanation of it. He had a good clean pocket. He had options downfield, but he decided to, for whatever reason, step up and take a sack instead. Those were, I think, the only two really big mistakes that he made on the day. And the rest of it was just amazing, lights out. So Scott says, I'm struggling to be relaxed and calm. I keep expecting something bad to happen. I sat there almost uneasy. Oh, Scott. That's Kayla usually.
Yeah, normally that's me. Maybe a couple more games like this and you'll start to feel relaxed after a while.
Optic says, that's something I noticed on TV. The crowd just seemed confident. I think we were. I think it feels good. It feels good to have a team that you're proud of and know that you can beat these awful division rivals that you hate every fiber of your being, that you can go in and you can have a good game against them. I think that is just something that's you can't measure it, but it's definitely, I think, makes an impact. And I think the players can feel it too. I think we can feed off each other's energy. So
yeah. I think the players feel it first because we've noticed that there's been that culture shift, and they haven't, it's unique for a fan because fans have been around for years and years and sometimes decades, and and so they've survived everything. But these guys, if you think about it, are relatively new with each other. There was a lot of free agents that we added in the off season. There's guys that are from the draft and are brand new. This is all new to them. They're a new team with each other, and they've already believed in themselves. It's going to take the fans the longest to come around because we've been burned. We've been around long before all these guys came together. So we're probably the hardest to convince, but we're getting there. You can see it starting to like turn on, but I'm confident in them now. I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Brian says that feeling is old Bengals trauma. New stripes, new day.
That's a good way to put it.
Very well said.
Yeah.
I think it was an Inquirer article I saw that said that game in the last 3 games we played with them or against the Steelers was like an exorcism. And I really, when I was reading that, I was like, it really does feel like that. This feels like it's absolutely a different team and kind of a different organization than what we're used to. And it feels like our palate has been cleansed and holy water has been like anointed on this team. Like getting that second win this season against them, I think really is just the turning point of this season. I think we're going to be really, really hard to stop the rest of the season because these guys, they're jacked and they're having a great time. And I don't think that we're going to have the same like hangover that we had after how badly we beat the Ravens against the Chargers at all.
No, I think we learned from that. I would hope. I'm confident that our guys learn from their mistakes, and I don't think we're going to see that again.
They're too smart not to, honestly. They're professionals. But yay, Dalton's here. He says, "Who day, ladies? Is it Sunday yet?" Almost. No,
I can't wait.
I always say that at work. Like, is it time to go home? Almost. No, it's 9 a.m. So, I'm going to say it's almost Sunday still on Tuesday. But yes, I'm so excited about having all these games at home too. You guys have no idea. Even though I'm pretty sure it's going to rain on Sunday, although it is only Tuesday. So it may change again. But I'm still so excited to have all these games at home. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Speaking of free agents, Whitney, how awesome was Hendrickson? 7th game in a row with a sack. I mean, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
And I remember when we signed him and people were pissed. People were pissed when we signed him. And I am just like loving life right now with him because
and then if you see him like afterwards during the pressers, how do you not fall completely in love? Like and feel like what an
even
asset.
on Good Morning Football, he was so cute. He was just like
he's so
the whole time
and sweet.
Like he's so sweet. He's got the cutest little face. Like yes, he's the best. I love him.
He has the biggest smile on his face on the sideline.
I like how he smiles like this.
It's so funny to me how it's like a duality. He's such a monster when he's playing, and he seems like such a sweetie. Like,
Like, how is that even possible? Like, how does that even exist in the world? Like, I don't even understand. But yeah, he was
I don't know,
awesome.
but for all
And
those people that were trying to say that it was who was it on the Saints team that made his interceptions possible or whatever, and that he wasn't that great on his own and all that, well, they can suck it officially at this point because he's amazing.
I love it.
I said suck. You guys know I said suck, right? Okay.
I love
dangerous word to say.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, Whitney, because, they did say that. They were like, oh, he's just a product of his environment. He's not going to be good for the Bengals. It's too much money, blah, 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 wah, 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 Carl Lawson. I mean, I heard it all. I did. I heard it all. And don't get me wrong, I love Carl Lawson dearly. I wish him nothing but health and happiness for the rest of his life. But I could not be happier with Hendrickson. He is just the bomb.
I'm a huge fan. Huge fan.
Can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then
he and Hubbard have been quite the pair the last couple of games.
Yeah. I mean, he sacked and then Hubbard got the fumble. Like,
there's a chemistry.
like best buds, you know?
It's exciting.
We're going to have all of them back next year, and then we're going to drop Osai in there and just forget about it. Super Bowl. Next year is the year of the tiger in the Chinese calendar, so I'm already calling it Super Bowl next year.
Oh.
And we have all that cap space, too.
Yeah.
I really feel like they went into this year knowing that next year is really going to be where we're going to be super aggressive.
Yeah. That just, oh my gosh, that
so excited.
Just gave me chills. Man. And then we haven't even talked about Joe Mixon yet. I mean, I said at the beginning of the season, this is my favorite kind of football. Ground and pound, wear them down. Like, that is my favorite thing to do in football. And the fact that he had a career high 165 yards. Now, he's had 2 really good games in a row, averaging 5 yards a carry for both of these games, which is insane when you think about, he had a couple of negative yard plays, but he's had these big, crazy explosive plays. And when you think about how that opens up the rest of the offense, opens up the options, I mean, it's just and then he said that he feels like now he's coming into his prime, that he's like kind of have like the best, these are going to be his best years. I mean, that I'm just like, that just makes me so excited. And he gave props to the O-line too and the wide receivers, and I think that's absolutely deserved. He they are a big reason why he's able to do all that, and I'm here for it. I'm loving
That's
it.
a huge trademark of our team. Everybody that gets
Yes.
credit for something gives credit to somebody else.
Exactly.
Every time. Whoever it is.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And I think that really speaks to Zach's culture that he's built with these guys that are all just amazing humans that can also play football really, really well. So
I'm in complete love with our team. Like,
Yes.
I was thinking the other day, how do you even pick a favorite? How do you even pick a top 10 favorite? I can't. It's the team. Like, they're incredible. I'm so excited. And also about Mixon, this is what happens when you reunite him and Frank Pollock. I'm telling you right now, like, he is in his perfect situation. And especially now that our offense has kind of got it figured out and we're sticking with the run game, it's just going to get better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah. I totally agree, Whitney. I read a really great article that Mike Sands wrote at the beginning of the season talking about Frank Pollock, about what it can mean for Joe Mixon. And I feel like this is exactly what was predicted. So Optic says, anybody know the Bengals sack record off the top of their heads? Trey might have a shot at it. Yeah, he might. I don't know the sack record. I wonder if I can find it real quick. Sometimes Cap gives me stats over here. I don't know. I don't know if I can find that one. I'll look that up. Talk amongst yourselves.
It feels like the plan is all coming together at like the right time.
It does.
And that we've hit our stride. Yeah.
Like, I was sitting here thinking today, like, I feel bad for people who aren't Bengals fans, because this is just so much fun, and the fun that we are going to have for so many years. I got so excited, and I teared up a little bit because, like you, Jess, I just cry at football all the time.
Me too, yeah.
And we're so lucky. And somebody else said, why not us? Like, why not us? We deserve it. The team deserves it. They're putting in the work. They are doing everything that they need to do. And if they just keep grinding and do exactly what they're doing now, like, there's no limit to where this team is going to go this year and just for the next few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they at the stadium they honored one of the season ticket holders that had their season ticket since the 80s, and it's like they've sat through so many ups and downs with this team. Like yesterday should be so fulfilling for them specifically. And like for my dad, like he watched years that I was not alive for, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like there's so many fans that have seen so much more than even we have. We think we've experienced heartbreak, but they've had so many ups and downs and remember the Super Bowls and
Yeah.
Yep. So Eddie Edwards had 83.5 sacks, but for single season, Coy Bacon had 21 and a half sacks, was number one in 1976. And then Carlos Dunlap in 2015 had 13 and a half sacks. So.
And what's Trey at?
I think he's at like 8 or 9 at least.
Yeah.
I think.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's definitely within reach, I think. So anyway.
Yay.
Mary says, absolutely, why not us? Sounds like the making of a good shirt. Woo. might be onto something, Mary. He's had 10 and a half sacks so far this season. So he is.
Wow.
And we got a couple games to play yet. So he could definitely beat that the 13 and a half, I think, for sure.
wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of football left.
We shall see. Yeah.
A lot.
And probably some post-season football too.
Yeah.
I already said to Whitney, when we have a home playoff game, Whitney is flying up with me and we are going to that game and we are all going to be together.
Are you prepared, Whitney? Because I think it might happen this year. I really do. I hate to put the cart before the horse there, but
I feel like I should get prepared. I'll just say that. I think I should get prepared.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Make your arrangements.
It's going to happen. As far as I'm concerned, it's a foregone conclusion. So just start looking at the calendar, start looking at some flights.
I'm scared to tell Jerry no also. I'm very
Yeah.
That's valid.
That's the bigger one.
I mean, I will drive all the way over there and we will fly there together. Kicking
She's
and
funky
screaming.
and she means that.
She's not wrong.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. And I feel like if they have an away game for their playoff game, I might consider going, depending on where it is. But
Let's go to that too. I'm going wherever we're going to be.
Are you really? So you'll go to the playoff game even if it's away?
100%. I've already told my boss, and my boss is already like, I know you're going to do whatever. So it's like, if I have to quit, I'm going to this game. He was like, I know you're going to the game regardless. He said he would fire me if I didn't go to that game. And he actually heckled me through the entire game on Sunday because I didn't stay. He was like, man, I bet like everybody in Cincinnati that's at that game, I bet that's the best day of their life. I bet they're so glad they went to that game. And I'm like, well, if you would have let me have the day off tomorrow, I could have gone. But no.
I was thinking about you, Jerry. I was thinking about you. But
so close.
I think it was probably the better choice to head on home. That sounded like a lot to deal with.
Yeah, it would have been.
But
and you wouldn't have been wearing the magical onesie and then probably,
right.
out the same.
Yeah,
well,
true.
And I've been to several Bengals Steelers games, but we have never won when I've been there. So I kind of felt like I was the jinx too. So the Monday night game, I was wearing the onesie, which is why I put it on.
Oh.
So I think every Steelers game now, I have to wear the onesie.
All right.
The magical onesie.
All around stadium. I want to see it.
I absolutely would.
If you wear it, I'll wear it.
I have no shame. I absolutely will.
Mine's covered in dog hair because I lay on the couch.
So is mine.
It's my couch laying onesie. I always joke that I have inside the house clothes and outside the house clothes, and then it's definitely in my inside the house clothes category. So
just carry a lint roller wherever I go.
Cav says Trey's previous best season was last year with 13 and a half. He's on pace to break his own personal record. So that's exciting.
I love it.
Glad we could do it. But all right. Whew. That was great. I think Prob says, sorry I'm late. Lost my cable. So glad you guys won. The Steelers fans at the bar were devastated, almost crying. Plus, Joe Mixon got me a lot of points in fantasy. Woohoo!
I love Steeler tears.
They help you out. Me too. They're so
The best.
great. And you know what's funny is that I feel like God, there's a song they sing that makes our song look like the biggest banger that ever lived, and it's about like something Super Bowl. And I swear I heard that song so much last in 2019, and I was like, you guys are out of your minds, like you're delusional. And but they were still singing it, and I didn't hear that song one time. I didn't see anyone's bare bottom, and I did not hear that song. So it was a good day for me.
That's a win right there.
Gab says Steelers tastes like inbreeding.
Yes. They taste like the water from the
Not
creek
nice.
of what's that movie?
Deliverance.
Yes.
Deliverance.
It's Deliverance River here. Sorry.
Oh my God. Stop. Cap is like quoting that movie, and I
Oh my god.
I hear
honestly
him
terrifies me.
squealing. Bad.
Woo.
It's bad. Did you see that
Anyway.
video that someone I think named Rohan shared where he was interviewing Steelers fans
He lives,
outside
like,
of Paul Brown?
15, 20 minutes
Before
from
the
where I live. He's from here.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the best. I love that guy.
That was so funny.
That was so good and so perfect.
Rob says, ladies, there's a song called Pittsburgh Sucked. It's a copy of Cleveland Rocks, but it's funny. It's great.
That's
We
great.
could do Cleveland Sucks too. That would be a good song.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers are taking my nephew to his first Bengals game this Sunday. Oh, that's
Aw.
awesome, Greg. That's awesome. I can't wait to do stuff like that with my niece and nephew, taking them the first games. I got to
Aw.
indoctrinate them early. I think. So,
It's required.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. All right. I think it's time for we need to talk. All right. We Mead to Talk brought to you by Birmingham Meadery. Thank you, Birmingham, for your delicious mead. We appreciate your support, and we love getting drunk on your mead. So thank you, everyone. All right, ladies, what do we need to talk about today?
We need to talk about the entire state of the AFC North because the last 3 games that we've played the Steelers, we've won and it's not been close. The Browns are dealing with family members airing their grievances on social media on a weekly basis at this point. And the Ravens are beatable and we crushed them and they didn't look great on Sunday night.
No, they look terrible. They both look terrible.
They both did,
What
yeah.
are you even doing?
It was the ugliest
mad.
win. But if we can win the division, in the words of Joe Burrow, we can win it all. So I'm excited about the state of things, and I think we got a lot to look forward to this year.
Absolutely. I think this division is, I firmly believe it's the toughest in the NFL. And the fact that we're all pretty much going to be above 500, well, at least we are right now. I don't know about the Steelers. They don't look like they can win another game, honestly. But the fact that we all have won 5 games at least already. So, but I think we can absolutely win this division. And yeah, what the heck is going on with the Browns family members? Like,
Yeah, I know.
Funny.
It's been Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad, Kareem Hunt's dad, and Baker's wife have all just like had their Twitter. Like, I don't know what is going on there, but
it's so embarrassing. Like, could you imagine?
no,
I love
dumb at
football
work.
drama when it's not us.
especially when
love
it's
it.
AFC North drama. It's the best when it's not us. Yeah, but it's not really been us very often.
I mean, it's begging to be a reality show at this point and one that I would watch.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And whose was it? Did you say it was Chubb's dad? Was it Chubb's dad?
It's
The
Kareem
last one?
Hunt's dad was
Hunt's
this week.
dad.
Yeah,
His rant was on Facebook, so like he's a Facebooker. So that's even better.
of
Yeah.
course.
No wonder it sounded so crotchety when he was griping, but I'm here for it.
I will Venmo whoever to get the Tigress ladies to the same game. Christine, oh my God, you're so funny. Thank you.
I love her.
You're the best, Christine. Thanks for watching. We appreciate your support. But yeah, can't stop staring at Jess's background.
Why?
That orange jersey gets my eyes every time. So damn distracting.
So good.
Those
Best
uniforms.
uniforms, in my opinion. The best.
Yeah. Yes.
Best
That
combo.
combo.
Only thing that would make it better, orange pants. But I love the orange and black.
The orange socks though look
contrast,
pretty
honestly,
awesome.
but the orange pants would be awesome too. But
Mm-hmm.
I like the contrast. I think it's awesome.
So good.
Yep.
All right. Who else has something they need to talk about?
We need to talk about. I got so excited when Joe Burrow talked about what they did on the bye week because he said that he realized he fell in love with the big play. And so when he was talking about that, I thought, these guys might have it figured out. And there's a reason why the last 2 days I've heard on national news outlets, people talking about is the Cincinnati Bengals got the most balanced offense in the NFL, And there's a reason because we really have figured out how to beat people with whatever, with the run game or with, passing to 3 to 4 different incredible options and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like we might have stuff figured out offensively, especially at the exact right time. Like we're peaking at the right time.
Yeah.
I loved hearing him say that though.
Yeah, and that's so true because I love that Mike Tomlin was like, "Oh, we got Jamar figured out, blah blah blah." Like, okay, what you gonna do about T? What you gonna do about Joe Mixon? Like, what? We've got options for you. Like, great, you figured out Jamar.
And Jamar Chase was still involved.
He's not our entire offense.
Yeah.
Like we were watching that highlight, and I was like, "Oh, there he goes, making another clutch catch for us." Like it was like he still wasn't like shut down. Like he was involved.
Yeah.
And he's still running blocks for Mixon.
Yeah.
And wasn't it Coach Taylor who was saying like one of his goals, like in the wide receiver room, is that we have like the best blocking wide receivers in the league, and it shows. Like whoever gets the ball, the other guys are like running as fast as they can to protect that guy and open up the path for him, knock someone out. I love it.
Pancake. I like that word. Pancake.
It makes me hungry, but I love it.
Christine says, we need to talk about how funny Whitney's tweets were for the Vegas game and again for this past Steelers game. Can we get you a comedy show? I'll be your agent.
Whitney is the funniest. I'm obsessed with you, Whit. I really am.
I know. Me too.
Likewise.
We all are.
That's why I'm coming to your house on Saturday.
I'm
and I didn't even ask you. I was like, I'm going to just be there. Show it up.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That was hilarious. I was like, let's ride the mania wave, baby. We're having fun. We're happy. All right. Jerry, do you have something you need to talk about?
So we need to talk about the fact that if these guys keep playing the way that they're playing, I'm probably getting pregnant by the end of the season. So they need to calm down a little bit. But they make me so happy. And my husband's just happy to come home when I let him come home after the game. And I'm just in the best mood. So he appreciates them winning as well.
Bengals babies.
Jerry literally sent me a text that she's like, this game's going to get me pregnant. Like, at one point, I'm like, well, name it Sam. Whatever it is, boy or girl, name it Sam. I already know what the deal is.
Oh, that's amazing.
Whitney was like, I'm just going to start texting you pictures of Sam Hubbard at the most random times. I'm like, everybody needs a friend like that in their life.
I have one saved for you that you are going to love. She'll have like a gender reveal party and it'll just like be like orange confetti comes out.
Yeah, like it's a Bengal baby.
Exactly.
That's amazing, actually.
Like, who gives a damn? Its name is Sam. Like we don't care. Like
Sam, girl, Sam, boy, Sam, Sam. Middle name Hubbard.
I like it.
We got to work on that middle name.
Hubbard, that's fine.
Coincidence. No big deal.
I love it. All right. Well, I think we need to talk about this locker room and this coaching staff because holy cow, I don't remember ever hearing this much in press conferences about the players talking about each other, talking about their coaches, and the coaches talking about their players in a really positive way. And I am just so blown away. And I think that's silly that I'm so blown away because I feel like this has been a thing, but I'm so impressed by how much they very clearly like each other. And I think if this was fake or forced, it would have come out by now, honestly, I think. And so the fact that they're all, you ask Trey Hendrickson, wow, you got another sack. What does that mean? And he's like, well, that's my job. I have good coaches, like, what? And the fact that Zach just is I wrote down the word unflappable, and I really like that word, unflappable. And I feel like that is Zach Taylor. That is who he is. He is so confident and calm always. It's like he knew that this was going to happen this whole time. And he's just like, oh, yeah, that's what we do, and it's so impressive to me. And the fact that, T had a big day and they asked Joe Burrow about it, and he's like, well, I take what the defense gives me. And when it's, when they say throw to T, that's what I do when I throw to T. And T was like, yeah, I'm just glad that today I could help. And like, they're just all so humble and nice and are there for each other. And it just really, I think it's very special. And I think it's something that is kind of underrated. And I think it's something that a lot of teams have problems with. I mean, look at Myles Garrett was like, trashing, maybe not trashing, but he was like, oh yeah, I don't know why we didn't make adjustments, in his press conference. You would never hear these guys talk like that. So I'm just super duper impressed by how they all seem so cohesive and genuinely seem to root for and cheer on one another. So
yeah,
very, very proud of this team for a lot of reasons. The wins are great, but the fact that they are just such nice people and love each other, I am just.
How'd that get there? What?
There you go, Jerry.
What's happening?
That was the Sam Hubbard fairy blessing us with Sam Hubbard.
I will say, when I was at Duckies watching the Ravens game, Sean Houday baby looked at me at one point when Sam was up there, and I was like, hey, Sam. And he just looked at me and started laughing. And I'm like, my husband's used to this. He deals with it every time. But I was just like, oh, hi. Great job. Hi. You're doing a great job. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great.
You're doing great, sweetie. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I think it's time for Whitney to bless us with some game balls.
Hot, hike. Hot.
Oh
Sorry.
no! Don't do it again.
Sorry, I did it again.
Please don't.
Anyway.
All right.
So good, we gotta do it twice. No.
Yeah, too hot.
All right, what you got for us, Whitney?
I have got 2 game balls this week, and the first one goes to a guy who I've been so impressed with this season. And definitely he needs to be extended, and I don't think anybody that's a Bengals fan would argue with that. But he is currently, as a guard, can't see who it is ranked 7th in pressures allowed with only 12, 11th throughout the year with a 78.3% run block grade. And he has a 98% pass block efficiency. He is also who I consider the best choreographer on the team because he's responsible for one of my favorite end zone moments in all of Bengals history, for sure. It only rivals like Chad Johnson moments. Quentin Spain, you get a freaking game ball, man.
Yes.
Love you.
Absolutely. God, that was so good. And the GIF where they cut to the Steelers bench and they're all like,
yeah.
That was amazing.
I lost it at work. I was cackling at that because it was so funny.
I think my favorite part of that whole dance too was the fact that CJ ran all the way from the sidelines over.
I'm like,
and I'm not sure what he did. Yes. But in my head, I'm like, is CJ a middle child? Because that just reminds me of or an only child. It's either middle child or only child, but I loved him regardless. But that was amazing.
And it was like half two-step and half like the Carlton, like
No,
straight up.
And it's funny
Yeah,
because I just saw him from the one angle. I just saw the 8, and I was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "Is that Tyler or is that CJ?" And then I saw it from a different angle, and you could clearly see that it was CJ. It's like all the guys are like, dum, 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 and CJ's just like,
Not unusual.
"Me too."
I want to be
That
friends
is.
so bad because he just seems like he is so funny and so
So
positive.
goofy.
life
Love
of the
it.
party. Yeah. Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
But he does not get a game ball for that. He should have.
died.
Insane.
Died. I didn't even catch that. Actually, I think I was going to the bathroom when that happened because I saw as I'm walking into the bathroom, I see T's touchdown, like where his knee was down and he got called back or whatever. So then that happened like as I was in the bathroom but that's my strategy usually is like good stuff always happens when I go to the bathroom. So I usually try to time that like if we're not doing well, I'll go to the bathroom. But anyway, so I missed that live, but seeing the replays of it really just made my day.
And to your point of what your need to talk about was just like the fact that Mixon got his picture taken with the entire offensive line and with Jamar Chase for his angry run scepter or whatever, which
Yes.
he ended up being
like the green
dance
screen
one.
was like for him, and there's like everybody, and then you see like showers in the background.
But I love it. There's nothing about that I don't love. And him telling the story about Spain coming up with it on the spot. I love it. Just love it. All right. So this one, next one, the last one goes to a woman actually.
We'll add to his stat line.
Oh, what's
Here
that?
come the 7
Yes.
tops, maybe, or the
We got
Temptations. Here we go. Doing.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I
Where-
wanted to see it.
Maybe we can get the GIF as a tweet in the thread for the episode. If you're on Twitter.
Fine. Mixon will add to his stat line. Here come the 7 tops, maybe, or the Temptations.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening. Woo! Technical difficulties. Sorry about that.
It was worth it.
Okay, a woman. All right, next game ball goes.
Yeah. So this woman is someone that I have a lot of respect for. She's always fair. Although I haven't liked her a couple times, I've had a couple bad run-ins with her, but she is fair. She made her presence known in Bengals fandom for the first time, really, last season when Von Bell made Juju Smith-Schuster pay a hefty price for TikToking all over our logo at the 50-yard line. A woman who showed up several times this past Sunday, especially after Watt tried to slow dance with Joe Burrow there for a while. She totally took over Mike Hilton's body during that pick six. She always has a comeback for the national media, who has taken several disrespectful jabs at our team. She is a real earmuffs if you have kids. She's a real bitch. But this game ball goes to Karma, who has just said is our kind of bitch. We love you.
Yes. We love Karma.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And, I love that. I forget who it was who said, but it's like a changing of the guard, in the AFC North with the Bengals and the Steelers. So I just couldn't be happier about that.
Yeah. If you look at
It might take a little while, but she always shows up.
She sure does. And you just have endless amounts of examples if you're a Bengals fan, because we have been crapped on and underestimated for years. But then even leading up to this year, still we're getting it. Even during this year when we've been doing great, we rarely get the credit. It's usually like, well, the other team was just so bad today. We rarely get the credit. And so even in that way, overall, like the karma feels really, really sweet right now. And then you see it in plays like every game. This last game was rich with karma moments. So yeah, it's nice to have her. She's a bitch, but it's nice when she's on your side, and she is right now. So,
well, I feel like we've built up a lot of good karma. Like all the good things these guys have done, how they're really are in it for each other. I feel like that we've kind of like been banking all this good karma, and now it's finally like showing up. So,
yep. Yeah.
I am here for it. All right. Well, so next week we've got the Chargers, and I think that's a game that I was a little bit nervous about at the beginning of this season, but now I'm feeling better about it. So I think we need to get Miss Jerry's prediction for next week. You ready, Miss
Yay.
Jerry?
I am.
All right. What you got for us,
That's
Miss
never
Jerry?
not funny.
I know.
So
Love it.
I think we're just gonna keep rolling. I don't think we're gonna have many hiccups on Sunday. I feel like big things are on the horizon, and we are really going to be the team that other teams are terrified to go up against. So I think Sunday's going to be smooth sailing. I know it's bold, but I feel nothing once again.
All
Last
right.
time it proved I wasn't dead inside. So.
Yeah. I have to agree.
Awesome.
I really do. I really think it's a winnable game. You know, the Steelers came back big against the Chargers. They almost won that game. Thankfully, they didn't. Thanks, Karma, once again. After Cam Hayward punched him in the stomach, Herbert. But yeah, so they've had their struggles, and I think Justin Herbert is a fantastic quarterback. I really do. I think he is a very good young talent. I don't think saying that takes anything away from Joe Burrow, and I hate it when people are like, they want to hate on one because you want to prop up the other. And I'm just not. I think they can both be great, you know, but I think that they've had their own struggles. So the Ravens crushed the Chargers. Oh, I forgot about that one. But yeah. So I really feel like this is totally winnable for us. And I think that I think we can get it done. I couldn't even come up with a score prediction because I have no clue. It could be a shootout. It could be who even knows. Mitch is here. He says, "What's crack-a-lackin', Tigresses? Hoo-day. Hoo-day, Mitch. What's crack-a-lackin'? I don't know.
Bacon.
Mead? Is that crack-a-lackin'? I love it. Thanks for being here, Mitch. Appreciate you.
Right.
And, you know, we got a question on Twitter. We only got one this week, but it was a really good one. And I appreciate you, Mary, for your question. Mary says on Twitter, Mary Raps, she says, the LA Chargers have a tall wide receiver group presenting a challenge to our secondary. They average 294 passing yards per game. How do you think our guys face this challenge? Perhaps pressure Herbert fast and often to force quick/short passes. And you know, that I was like, wow, that's a really good point. I had, you know, receiver height is something that I never even thought of. So I did some digging and I looked into receiver height, and I found an article that was from June of this year. So it was before the season started. So I don't know how accurate it was. I don't know, you know, the source may not be super accurate, but what I saw was that the number one height for receivers team, the number one team that has the tallest receivers is the Green Bay Packers. So, you know, obviously we could have won that game. So I feel like that bodes pretty well for us. And then what else? I had another point. Sorry, I lost my place here. And then Raiders have the second most passing yards. So they have a lot of passing yards, but the Raiders have more. They're only second to the Buccaneers. So I think Chargers are more like fifth or sixth down the line. So they're up there. But we've shown that we can hold our own and beat teams that have similar makeups. So I feel pretty good about it based on what we've shown so far. And I think the Chargers have like the worst run defense or not good run defense. So
keep them off the field, keep their offense off the field. Let Joe just walk from one end zone to the next throughout the game, and then no problem.
Let it be the Joe show.
Yeah,
Joe's
probably.
Show.
Yeah. Mixon should have a good day. I think we can rely on Cheeto and Hilton, and they have really good wide receivers, but we also have we have really good guys on our defense that I think hopefully can go toe to toe with them. But it'll be a good challenge. It's the kind of challenge that we'll have in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I could see the Chargers making the playoffs possibly too. So Optic says that he liked the matchup. Yeah, I totally agree, Optic. I think it's a good matchup. I think it'll be a good game. And now Cap and I always joke we don't like good games. I like games like we saw on Sunday. I like the
I like blowouts. Those are good.
yeah. Me too. I don't like a good game. I don't care about a good game, but yeah, I think it could be a good game. A lot of points scored probably, but Rob says
think it's
I got here late.
Tall order for our defenders, but they're up to it.
I like that.
Where's my drum roll for cheesiness?
I like it. Rob says, I got here late, but did you announce this? Cincinnati, the Bengals week 14 game against 49ers was flexed. Yes, I did see that today. And I feel like people were mad about it. People were mad about that, and then they were mad that the Chargers didn't get flexed. And I just think people just like to be mad, so I can't keep up with what people want.
I was kind of excited about it getting pushed a little bit later because I was already planning on watching that game with my boss and his wife, and we were going to do bottomless mimosas beforehand, and it was going to be a small window. Now we have a big window.
Now you can have all the bottomless mimosas.
Exactly. So it's just going to be a complete.
You guys are going to be asleep by the
show.
time the game comes on. You're going to miss it.
Make sure you
I've been to many of 4:00 games where we have tailgated very early. I'm a professional when it comes to tailgating, and it's just tailgating inside. It's just tailgating at a table. So
I believe you. Yeah. Mary says, great points, ladies. Looking forward to the game. Yes, thank you, Mary. Thank you so much for your question. That was a great question. I really appreciate that. But yeah. So I feel pretty good about it. I think it's gonna be tough, but I think we can do it. So Kat pulled up some PFF stuff for me, and I thought the one thing that I thought was really great from this was that, did you guys know we're ranked second in special teams? 2.
I believe it.
Like 1 down from first, like silver medal. Like, yeah, that's a PFF. What is it? PFF grade? Their grade. Okay, that's what I said. They're great. They're second. So anyway, I thought that was really impressive. But
it is.
That's awesome.
All right.
I feel bad because I rarely think about our special teams unit because that's how clutch and solid they've been for so long. Our coach is amazing. So
I feel like that's
now we have money
of a good line, of a good special teams. Like if you don't notice them, they are doing their job. So
exactly.
Okay. Bye Optics. Bye Optics says he's got to run. Bye Optic. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Yeah, great. Coach Simmons.
Yeah.
He should get a game ball every week. He's amazing.
We're
lucky.
Should. Yes. Greg says Coach Simmons. Yes.
Yep.
I totally agree. Gosh, there's just Evan McPherson. I mean, what more can you say? That's why you draft a kicker.
Yep.
Money Mac. I love it. I love it. I know, Jerry, you're not excited about that name, but I don't care.
I'm not.
Me?
Or was it Whitney that wasn't excited?
I was going to say, I don't hate it.
Okay.
I'm sad.
You like the Kick Fearston, right, Whitney?
Kick Fearston's pretty good, too.
It is.
All right.
I'm embracing it.
How about TB? What's your thoughts on him? I mean, I thought I thought the Ravens game, he really showed up well, and he's been solid. What did he do yesterday? I don't remember, but did he have any big plays yesterday? I don't remember.
He did well.
Or on Sunday, yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. Yeah, I think he's been great though. And I think he's the kind of guy that's just happy for his teammates too. So,
Well, and I feel like we're starting to use him a little more as the season's going on too. So when you have so many weapons, it's so hard to get everybody the ball in the game. But I still think he's due for a huge game.
Yeah.
He showed up on Sunday, and because I remember distinctly, like once Uzama caught a pass saying everybody's been like all weapons engaged, like everyone's got a piece of the pie today, and that's how it should be. I don't care what the like distribution is, like who gets the most or whatever. It's the fact that everybody was used to great effect that day. So yeah, he was present and did great.
And I think it says a lot about him and the team as well that you haven't heard a peep out of him for having like a quieter season than what we're used to, where other guys on other teams would either be taking it to social media or airing it out during the press conferences.
OBJ.
I was just thinking that too.
But our guys are not like that, and that's why we are where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree, Jerry. For sure. All right. So, Kayla, let's talk about injuries.
All right. So as we talked about earlier, Thaddeus Moss was injured during warm-ups on Sunday, so he's out at least a week. Unfortunately, I think we're all looking forward to seeing what he can do in the LSU connection, but can't help it. So the ones to keep an eye on this week are Riley Reef, Chris Evans, and Trey Hopkins. Riley Reef and Chris Evans both have ankle injuries, and then Trey Hopkins has a knee injury, and he's already, been limited in a lot of practices this season. So those will be good to keep track of this week as we go. And then for the Chargers, Matt Filer is questionable for week 13. I didn't really see a whole lot else released by the team, at least, for the Chargers specifically for this week yet. But we'll see, as obviously the injury reports will be tomorrow mostly. But that's where we're at. Those are the ones to watch.
That's interesting because I feel like a lot of teams, maybe not, maybe just in the North, but I feel like a lot of teams have a lot of injuries, and the Bengals have been pretty lucky, knock on wood, again, in that department. But it sounds like, wow, the Chargers have been really lucky too. So
could be a good match because of that. I didn't realize how healthy they were too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm just praying for our O-line guys right now, Reese and Hopkins, because that's a big deal.
It is.
Well, I think I saw something that Reese could have potentially gone back into the game if he needed to, but they kept him out because we were obviously fine.
Yeah. That's what Zach had said. He was like, oh, I don't think it's a big deal. I think he could have gone back. It was just, let's get some other guys some reps. So I hope that he will be a full participant on Sunday. But
yeah, because it's really important for their chemistry to have that same unit out there, get reps and in games. So hopefully.
Yeah.
Did anybody else have like a minor panic when you saw that TJ Watt was put on the COVID list?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like,
I was like, so help me. I will be on the first plane to Pittsburgh if Joe does not play Sunday. Whitney, plans are changing. We're going to Pittsburgh.
I'm not going to Pittsburgh, okay?
I need to talk to his mother.
Legally, I don't know if I'm allowed in Pittsburgh, but I will find a way.
The whole city has a restraining order on all four of us. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, and then it's funny, like there were people like going so far to throw out like conspiracies, like, oh, he knew he was sick. He's just trying to infect everybody. And
Steelers when he tried to open mouth kiss Joe Burrow, which I understand. Like, I mean, I get why you'd be compelled. 100%.
I get it. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, restrain yourself, sir. Like, come on. He's a prophet. Get over it.
At one point, I was like, he has a girlfriend, dude. You need to be respectful.
I know. I expected her to like take off her shoe and just like wing it on the field all of a sudden.
I was getting ready. I was like,
oh. But I was so glad, Justin. I did tweet about that because I was like, I literally was about to pitch a second fit over that TJ Watt moment when I heard he got COVID. But you did remind us all that Joe's vaccinated, and so he'll probably be okay. But I still like my instinct was to like run to his house and put him in a big old bubble and not let him out and like just feed him orange juice or whatever. I don't know, all day. Like, here's a bunch of Florida oranges. Just eat that. He probably has gout. I'm not a doctor.
Oh yeah. So hopefully, fingers crossed. But hopefully it's not an issue. But we'll wait and watch and see. But
they haven't said anything. So I imagine if he was feeling under the weather, we'd know about it by now. I hope.
Yeah.
And luckily, that was the only time he got near Joe at all. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So fashion spotlight. We already know Jerry was wearing a onesie and a hat and a sweater. All at the same time somehow. And did not have a heat stroke.
And lost 10 pounds.
Possibly. Those are sweat bogs going on there. But I was really excited because I busted out my my tiger coat for the first time. I wore it on draft night. So I was a little
I'm
nervous that it was going to be bad
obsessed
luck.
with that coat.
Me too. And I was a little nervous. I was nervous that it was going to be bad luck, but it wasn't. So I think it's going to rain next week. So I'm probably not going to wear it next week, but I might wear it every time it doesn't rain.
You look
the rest
so
of the year.
cute too, because you had your crop top and then your
Oh, yeah.
your tiger jacket, and I was like, oh my
There are not a
gosh.
lot of people that can pull it off. Jess, you absolutely pull it off. I'm
I
like,
disagree.
yes,
I think everyone can pull it off. I
loved-
think everyone should go buy one.
loved
Oh no,
Thank you.
it's a whole different vibe if I show up in that shit. I'm telling you right now.
Well, you know, it's funny.
Not flying.
I think I told Jerry like the shoulders were kind of high, so I felt like very important. Like I was like, oh, like
You're like, I feel important and warm. I was like,
I
you
was
look
warm
important and
and I
warm.
felt important. I was like, oh, I get why people wear shoulder pads now. I understand now, but I've never worn shoulder pads.
I might have been looking for that jacket like since Sunday.
I got it from Kohl's. I don't think it's that hard to find.
I don't think it's on there anymore.
But yeah. When I bought mine like last winter, like before the draft, I think it was like one of only a few left at Kohl's, but no, totally got it from Kohl's. So
Wow.
But Kayla, what
Good
were you
time.
wearing? What were you wearing at the game? You were wearing a really cozy little Sherpa.
I
thing.
was, and I had my Chase and Victory shirt from Cincy Shirts and a pink Bengals hat.
I love that
cute.
pink Bengals hat.
I
It was
do
fun.
too.
I'm wearing my my 2013 Division Champions shirt right now because again, manifesting.
I like it.
Nice.
Anytime
Nice.
we win a division, I buy everything I can possibly find that says Division Champions on it. 'Cause it's like, you know, I want to celebrate it in every way.
Manifesting. Yep.
Yes, for sure. But all right, Kayla, do you want to talk a little bit about Giving Tuesday?
Sure. I was just gonna mention that it was Giving Tuesday, and that a couple of charities like the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund and the Munoz Foundation. I know that Ken Anderson has the Ken Anderson Alliance. So today would be a great day to give to some of the charities that are, represented by our guys. So it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you mentioned it because I honestly did not even know that that was a thing. So I'm so glad. And I'm all about supporting charities, and I love our guys and their charities that they support. I know Sam Hubbard, I think, is starting a charity or has started one. So I think it's sort of kind of getting off the ground. So yeah, I love that. And I watched a really great video not long ago. Again, sobbed. I know no one's shocked, but it was about the impact that all the Bengals fans contributing to the Athens County Food Pantry after Joe Burrow's Heisman speech, and then again when he was injured. There's a really great video on YouTube about that. I'll post a link in the comments, but that was really big for them, and they are an area that really struggles with feeding people, especially around the holidays, especially pretty much year round. But so they have to budget certain amounts for each quarter and each time of year. They have to budget certain amounts. And the one lady, I'm going to totally misquote this, but she was basically like, I basically was set for the whole year after that one thing that, everyone was donating $9, and they just came in, and it was just so incredible. And so I'm really proud of our fan base that we can get behind stuff like that. And, Anthony Munoz Foundation does a lot of good for people in Cincinnati. So does the Ken Anderson Alliance. He works with adults with disabilities. So, there's just so many great charities you can choose to support. So I really encourage everybody to do so.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kayla. All right. Well, anybody have anything else?
Giveaway winner. Are we doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to pick a winner tonight. I'm going to pick one.
Is
Deadline.
it me? Oh, no.
You're not eligible.
I've made 25 new accounts. Sorry. Some of those are me. Some of those are definitely me. I want it orange one.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I can't wait to hang out this week in Whitney. I really can't.
I can't either.
Anyway, you can contact our anonymous donor and see if he'll directly donate one to you.
Good idea.
I am going to pick a winner tonight. I'm going to randomize it. I have to go and make a spreadsheet of all the comments on the tweet. So, I think I said it was over, but really I haven't done it yet. So if you want to get in last minute, go ahead and subscribe, take your screenshot, find my pinned tweet, post your screenshot on that pinned tweet. And that's the only way to be entered to win because we look at all the comments. So I think somebody today added me with their screenshot, and I asked them to please, if they want to be entered to win, to make sure that they do the comment underneath that post so that we can get everybody on there. So I think there's about 80 entries so far. So thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed. Because of that, I'll take anything. I'll bribe you. I don't care. But so I appreciate everybody for subscribing and for entering that. And don't forget too, if you don't win the jersey, we're going to have another big giveaway at 500 subscribers. I think we're a little over 300 right now. So, we might get to 500 by the end of the season. Who knows? And we'll do another big giveaway then too. So,
yay.
I'm
excited.
Also, code Tigress. I just bought some more mead today, so get on that.
Yeah. I am drinking Basic Witch again because it's like my favorite.
So good.
And this looks like Halloween-y, and I don't even care.
I have to go pick mine up from the UPS store because it was delivered when I wasn't home.
Yeah.
So I didn't have time yesterday or today, but that is number one on my list to do tomorrow.
Yep. So, thank you so much, Kayla, for reminding me. Code Tigress will get you a discount on 2 or more bottles of wine. So make sure you're doing that. If you're going to buy some mead, and I encourage everyone to do so. It is delicious. I love it.
It's so
Can't go wrong.
So
all the flavors are great. I love them all. And then they're going to have a Bengals mead coming out soon. So I'm super excited for that.
So excited for that.
Yeah.
And I can't stress enough how good they would be for gifts. I know a lot of people give alcohol like for gifts or whatever at Christmas time. You're just not going to find like a more badass like looking bottle.
Yeah. You don't even have to wrap it.
Right.
You don't.
Like,
Stick a bow on it.
I'm so excited to have that bottle and like put like fairy lights or something in it when it's done. Like it is going to be on display because that label and bottle is freaking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that stuff. I'm on my 3rd flavor that I've tried and I love them all so far. I'm on the honey something right now.
Oh, I like the honey.
good.
Yeah. I haven't tried one that I don't like.
Yeah, me either.
Mitch says, big shout out to Katie Blackburn and Duke Tobin for bringing in a new mindset.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you again, everybody. Greg says, thanks for another show, Houday. Thank you, Greg, for being here always. We appreciate you.
Shout out to my mom for watching. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Pam.
I love your mom.
Take care, Pam.
I missed you guys so much last week. I was so happy to like get to do this because you guys are always one of the brightest spots in my week. I love you ladies so much.
Wasn't the same without you, Jerry. Was not the same without you, but I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving and a good visit with your family. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for all of you.
Oh yeah, and FaceTime us in next Saturday when you guys all get together before the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get together.
I am working with James. Me and James Rapine are working on coordinating this thing, and it didn't occur to me because I'm not a huge UC fan. Don't hate me. But UC has their big championship game on Saturday. So I was talking to Yaz earlier today because she's coming. So she's bringing a friend. She's super excited. But I was telling her, I'm like, it's kind of like a curse and a blessing because everywhere's going to be crazy. So I'm trying to find a place that can, we can all meet and have room and space to get drinks and hang out and talk. But everything might just be a total, crazy S-word show. Was the word
sometimes those are the best nights though.
And that's what I said too. I was like, it might be crazy, but you know what? We're gonna have a good time. So I will nail down the location and I will let everybody know, of course, because I want as many people to come as possible. If you're going to the UC game, if you're in town for the game, if you're just local and you want to come say hi, please come. I want to get as many people together as possible because I think it'll be so fun. And I know, and I was talking to James and we both are of the agreement that it probably won't be as big as the Wednesday night thing because, Jake's not coming, Joe Goodberry's not coming. You know what I mean? So I feel like there was a lot to that. Plus it's a regular 1:00 game. So it's not like people are going to rage all night, but we might. We did in Vegas.
Why not?
But anyway, I'm super excited. So I will let everybody know as soon as we nail down the location. I'll let everybody know. And I hope to see as many of you there as possible. And we will FaceTime you guys doing your slumber party.
Yay! I'm holding you to that. I swear.
Oh yeah. It'll have to be
Okay.
Kayla because I don't FaceTime because I got Samsung. But I will. It'll have to be Kayla FaceTiming you guys. But we will definitely be on there, and we'll probably go live on Twitter too. And make a lot of bad decisions.
Sweet.
We'll be here for it.
Okay. Hoo day, everybody.
Hoo day.
Thank you.
Hoo day.
Bye.